Spo.
Hey, Michael.
You all set?
Yeah, good to go.
All right, Tim Reynolds, first question.
Back-to-back, not having Jimmy. I'm sure there was residual disappointment from yesterday. And then this. How the resiliency of this team is something you've talked about pretty much since October, but is there any better way to illustrate it than what happened tonight?
Yeah, and there's a deep respect for our opponent. You know, we see what they're capable of. Their guys are really good offensively and aggressive. They can put you in a lot of twisting and compromising positions, but that's been a quality of our group the entire season, just to continue to persevere, try to get better, learn from games, whether we win or lose. It was a tough loss, last night, but we got right back to work in our team meeting and walked through this morning to prep. And a lot of guys stepped up. This couldn't be two or three guys playing well. You were going to need several guys playing well and doing it over the course of 48 minutes.
Is that one of the unintended advantages of the bubble? Is that there's not even like a plane ride? Like you get right back in. When you lose whatever, you're right back at.
Yeah, and I think probably everybody, feels that way. Everybody has to do one back-to-back. It's probably similar to your home back-to-backs like we've had this season with it's Friday, Saturday night. Where you're sleeping in your own bed. It does matter. It does make a difference if you're not jumping on a plane and arriving, in a hotel in a different time zone at 3 a.m. Those are legitimately, tough on teams, all teams. But we had a little bit more time to bounce back to. It wasn't 24 hours, it was 30 hours. I guess that counts.
It's like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Ira Winderman.
Erik, I know it's very soon. Goron, anything? Do we know what it is? How severe? Anything along those lines?
No, I do not know yet.
And then usually Jimmy can settle a game by getting to the foul line and sort of getting things in order. Today it was Bam, a career-high 18 free throws.
Absolutely.
How important was it to have someone to work his way to the line and to get those moments where you guys could exhale shorthanded and then go out and attack again?
Supremely important. We wanted to get the ball in our all-stars' hands since Jimmy was out, and have them either facilitate or put pressure on their defense. Our shooters were running all over the place and creating triggers and openings, but you need somewhere where the ball can just settle and that you can trust that you'll get something solid on that possession. And that's who Bam is for us, particularly with Jimmy out, whether we're getting him in the post or the high post quite a bit, and then a few times on pick and rolls. But he was just really, really aggressive, and it was fitting that he had that possession saving, block at the end and 50-50 rebound.
And then you look at a guy like Kelly, who I don't know if anyone can quantify or describe his game specifically, but all the stuff he does filled the box score today. How important was it, and how interesting is it to have that unique of a player to throw in there in situations like this with Jimmy out?
Yeah, he's you can't put him in a positional box of whether he's a center or power forward. He's a hybrid in his own right, just in a totally different way. But he played a really impactful winning game for us. And when we weren't playing through Bam, we were trying to create some kind of trigger with KO, whether we're running him off screens or putting the ball in his hands. And he made a lot of good reads for us.
Anthony Chang.
Hey, Spo, yesterday you said that Duncan tends to figure it out pretty quickly. Yesterday they limit him to, I guess, zero made threes. Today he makes 5 and 2 really big ones. What is it about him just and what he's become as a player? He can just bounce back like that one day to the next.
Anthony, what I was talking about earlier about our team, that really is, those are the qualities that Duncan Robinson embodies. He has incredible persistence and perseverance. So he was running his routes with a lot more force and determination tonight. And the ball tends to find energy. He was really aggressive. We needed him to be assertive and hunt for open looks. And if they double teamed him, he's He's become much better at making the right play.
And I know the defense has not been perfect over these first 3 games, but what have you – there was talk before, seeding game started, just wanting to improve on that end. What have you seen on that end of the court just these first 3 games, and what improvement have you noticed?
Well, we were able to drill on it a little bit more. I don't want to understate the fact that we added, some new guys. Coming out of training camp in October, for about 6 weeks, our defense was pretty solid. And then that's where we started to find some inconsistency from that point on. So we're just kind of honing in on the details and our habits. And the guys have been, I would say a little bit more locked in these games.
Kevin O'Connor.
Erik, you described some of Bam's plays late in the game today. Over the past 3 games you guys have played, he's defended Jokic, Siakam, today some Jaylen Brown, a wide range of players, and then you guys have Giannis on Thursday, he's defended very well in the past. How would you describe some of Bam's mental and physical qualities that make him so effective against this wide range of offensive players, as particularly a guy like Giannis who's coming up?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that matchup till we get there, but Bam is a complete basketball player. He wants to win and he wants to impact winning on both sides of the floor. He's willing to take on any challenge, which that's unique. And he continues to study and get better and get more disciplined, and he should be considered as a all defensive player.
You mentioned the discipline aspect.
Whenever our defense is good, he's the anchor of it.
All right, Spo, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Next up will be Duncan Robinson.